Hello and welcome to Fishing on Northwest. Duane and Tommy, Donlin.
What do you think, Tommy? It's the best. Nice one. Drinking my buddy's homemade wine, living Northwest wild. Hunting, fishing is my kind of style. I float the Wainuchi when it gets hot. I'm proud of all the things that I've got. Hello and welcome to Fish on Northwest. Duane and Tommy Donlin, and yes, once again, as we've said multiple times throughout the summer, Tommy, we are back.
We are back. Yep.
Back in studio once again. Couple of week hiatus. Had that little trip down south we had to take.
Absolutely.
We'll get into a little bit of that as we move along here. I want to welcome everybody to the show, and if it's the first time you joining us here on Root Sports, we thank you for tuning in. I want to remind you, if you're just getting familiar with us here at Fish on Northwest, jump on over to our webpage, www.fishuntnw.com. There you're going to find some fantastic offers to take advantage of. The Edge Rods FHN20 coupon. Click on that. It takes you right to the Edge Rods page. All fishing rods from Edge, all Edge fishing rods, 20% off all the time through FHN. If they're not already previously with another reduced discount or coupon code. And then, of course, Phelps Game Calls, Fish Hunt NW10. Utilize that at checkout as well. All calls for the entire year. 10% off at Phelps Game Calls through Fish Hunt Northwest. So, moving along here, Tommy, once again, we're back in studio here Thursday night, 6 p.m. Glad you folks could join us. And, of course, on Root Sports, everybody tuning in there. Full 1 hour show now.
Yes.
Pretty fantastic on Root, so we're excited about that. And lots to get through. You know, when you take a couple weeks off and then you travel out of country, you got a lot of things to catch up on in the Northwest.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
We're going to make that a goal this evening. But speaking of which, so you and I, my friend, are just back from Cabo.
We did.
Just about a week.
Well, somebody just happened to have their 40th birthday, right?
True story,
And, you know, on my birthday, there's really one primary thing that I want to do, and that's chase tuna.
And you want to fish for tuna.
And we went down to Cabo, and we did exactly that.
We did.
And it was everything that we thought it would be,
and
right?
more.
National Geographic, birds hitting the water at Mach 9, chasing porpoise schools.
Porpoise everywhere.
Tuna just absolutely hammering the yummy flyer that's flown underneath the kite.
Unbelievable.
So didn't get any better than that. Birthday well spent. But we had a little hurricane down there.
We did have a little hurricane.
Appropriately named Hurricane Hillary.
And to true form, as I put in a post to let everybody be aware of what we had going on, it did veer strongly left.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
It brushed us with 50-mile-an-hour winds, and, you know, we had some localized flooding in town there. And But yeah, that storm was coming. It's like a couple days before we're leaving, they're like, dude, did you see this? And you send me on the phone. And I'm like, oh boy, really?
You know, we were lucky that we had the spread of fishing days that we had booked because you guys got out before the hurricane, and then you and I got out after the hurricane, and I got an extra day. So pretty lucky because those 3 days that she ran through and ran off of Cabo there and kind of closed the port, disrupted the weather. Those were the 3 days that I had originally scheduled to go.
For fishing.
Yes.
So we were lucky to get out, as it were. A little better fishing before the storm versus post-storm, but we still managed to bring some fantastic yellowfin home. We're going to bring all of that to you here in the next few weeks. We got so much video footage from down there. If you've never been, you're going to enjoy the experience. If you have been, you're going to relive the experience through us, hopefully. Really enjoyable time, and we'll get into a little more here with our first guest this evening. Moving along. Also, we had the opportunity down there. Let's just say it definitely tested our intestinal fortitude.
No doubt.
I believe that's the right application for that.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you've been to Mexico or been to Cabo and come home with a little something, you know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, and what's crazy is I've been going down there since 2011, and that is the first time I've ever had any stomach issues whatsoever.
Yeah, well, it hit all of us, so it's, you know, all equity and inclusion.
That's right. Misery was shared.
Yes, it was shared widely. So, all righty, running down the show before we get too far along here. Welcoming back to the show, it's been quite a bit, to our friend Toby Wyatt, Real-Time Fishing, Cabo Recap, and a real-time roundup. Where are all Toby's crews fishing? Well, you're going to want to pay attention to that because they're out there and they're extremely busy. Brewster Sockeye with Shane Magnuson, Upper Columbia Guide Service, and the Team Edge. Takeaways and things we learned, part one in the first half of the show. Then Tommy and I are going to recap and bring you up to speed. WDFW Wild fish retention and ocean opportunities. We have some changes there, Tommy. Need to make sure we make a mention on that. Brewster Sockeye with Shane Magnuson, parts 2 and 3, closing out the second half. We did this fishery about a month ago, but we've been out of studio, but we definitely want to bring it to you. There's some takeaways there, things to learn and things to look forward to next year. Then we'll have FHN on the water reports. Where have we been? Well, freshwater, Puget Sound, and the ocean. We'll give you the full report and all the details. And we'll close out the show with some reminders of where you can find us and some follow-ups of where you can follow us. All that coming at you throughout to the end of the show. So don't go anywhere. Going to jump out for a quick break. We come back. Our buddy Toby Wyatt, Real Time Fishing, is going to join us here on the program. Right after this break, right here, Fish Hunt Northwest. Defiance Marine is the one-stop shop for the Pacific Northwest angler. Defiance Marine guarantees the best price on a new and best service on a repower for your current boat. Defiance Marine is a Honda Premier dealership and one of the largest on the West Coast. Defiance Marine is a boat dealer who proudly sells Defiance, Allied, and Arima boats. All boats are built by West Coast fishermen for West Coast fishermen. Defiance Marine has all your boating needs to help you get out on the water.
If you're looking for the best fishing rods in the world, you really do need to take a look at the Edge rods. I designed and built new machinery, and I think this new machinery has enabled us to build blanks like no other company can build without this equipment. There is no other rods in the world that are as good as these rods. You owe it to yourself to take a good look at them.
Back here to the program, Duane and Tommy Donlin. Now, you may have heard us mention that we were just back from Cabo. There's kind of a reason we also went down there, and our very next guest here, first guest this evening, had a little bit to do with that. Toby Wyatt, Real Time Fishing. Been a friend a long time. Toby, you got quite the operation going with your outfitter business over there out of Clarkston. But you also got this operation you started a couple years ago down there in Cabo. I got to tell you, man, Pepe and the crew, Pedro and Antonio, those guys, they worked their butts off and absolutely gave us a fantastic time. We brought home some real nice yellowfin. So tell us a little bit about that operation real quick.
We run multiple boats down there. And Pepe, he's my main guy because he's my best fisherman.
Yeah.
So obviously, just like a baseball team, you start your best guy, but we have boats all the way up to 45 foot. We have pangas. I mean, lots of different operations. But I went down there, and I've been going there for 20 years, and I just basically seeked out the best fishermen that Cabo had.
Right.
And I struck up a deal and employed them, and now I'm bringing people from the Pacific Northwest on a all-inclusive type deal. We set up the resorts, we set up the transfers, we set up the fishing, and we just kind of are with you the whole time. It's a hassle-free and a very safe experience, and you catch a ton of fish.
Fantastic.
It's epic, really epic.
It really is.
Now, Toby, you don't just fish for tuna in Cabo. I mean, you also fish tuna here in the Northwest, and I saw you got out with my favorite team, my personal favorite
yeah,
team,
absolutely.
Team Defiance,
right?
Captain Les Okonik. And you guys did pretty darn well in the Owako Tuna Club tournament. Tell us a little bit about that. Where did you guys end up? How'd it go?
Well, Les is, I call him my second dad, and I've stayed 25 years at his place in Chinook,
Wow.
guiding buoy 10. And we put together this tuna crew, Team Defiance, and we went out and we had a heck of a day. We just kept catching big ones, kept catching big ones, and when it was all said and done, we ended up in fifth. Just a couple pounds shy of fourth and third, and really the guys in first, they kind of really had a huge bag, but we were just 1 or 2 pounds away from some bigger money. But hey, first time Les and I fished together, we put together a great team, and we had a great time, and the boats were just so awesome, and we placed, cashed a check for 4,200. We're happy with that. Had a good time.
Absolutely, and that's an absolutely strong field that fishes that tournament too. So you guys should be proud of yourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you guys, you came back, put some money back to captain, and you guys had a fantastic time. When you guys came in, prior to some of those other boats coming in, as I'm watching the weigh-ins and filming and whatnot, I kept telling you, man, you guys are going to be right there in the run, and I really thought you'd be second or third, but fifth ain't bad, and like you just said, you were only a couple pounds out of that that top couple spots in the podium. So congratulations on that. Toby, a lot of folks may not understand or realize, you're not just a guide, but as an outfitter carrying a license over there out of Clarkston and your access to Idaho and stuff, you got a number of crews and boats working for you year round on a number of different fisheries through real-time fishing. So briefly, if you can, kind of walk through some of the opportunity going on right now and all the different crews you have out there and the different fisheries that folks would have access to through your company right now.
Well, we have a total of 12 captains, and we got steelhead and salmon, sturgeon, walleye, bass, marlin, tuna, Idaho, Oregon, Washington, and Mexico. Right now, we're focusing on obviously the Great Fall Salmon Run. Got boats in the Deschutes, got boats at the Klickitat. We just finished at Buoy 10. Bunch of boats in Lewiston, Clarkston catching. We got a heck of a combo trip there, salmon and steelhead. It's wonderful. Catch a lot of them. Limits are generous. And kind of a sleeper fishery we have are the trophy smallmouth and Dworshak. Right. Some people have probably seen the 9-pound smallmouth we've been pulling out of there. Right. And October is the prime month for that. So a lot of good offerings. And then winter in Cabo is for sure the best fishing, and that's where I'll be. And we got plenty of space there too.
Fantastic.
Amen to that. So is there anything you don't cover? I mean, do you have boats that fish tuna and salmon out of Washington, or you ever think about expanding your operation? What's next?
It's coming. I haven't quite got there yet, but it's coming. We're kind of in negotiations and talks with it right now. And we're getting there, but not quite yet.
Perfect. Well, real quick before we get out of here, briefly talk about the opportunity coming up on the steelhead on the Clearwater here as we enter into October.
Well, today, in fact, our Idaho Fish and Game director, he announced that we're going to have a banner run. And last year we had a banner run, and I assume it's due to the ocean conditions we had the last few years, which were epic for steelhead. And last year, the steelhead, we were averaging our slow days 5 steelhead per boat, our good days 10 steelhead per boat, our epic days 20 steelhead per boat. And these are Clearwater fish.
Yeah,
they average 12 pounds.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they average 12 pounds. A lot of 20 pounders, a ton of 16 pounders. Mm-hmm. So these are great fish. We catch them on light tackle, 10-pound test. We side drift for them. We bobber fish for them. We troll maglips and magworts and all sorts of just little plugs. And it's a heck of a fishery. And everybody that does that one walks away really happy.
Fantastic. Well, lots of things to look forward to. Fisheries going off right now, and folks can contact you at Real Time Fishing and book that trip or get in the books now as we walk into the fall time. Real quick, where's the best place for them to locate you, either social media or your webpage?
Yeah, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Real Time Fishing. That's REEL, or www.reel timefishing.com.
Perfect. Always a pleasure, my friend. Never enough time. Way too much content to get through, but I appreciate you taking the time this evening, buddy.
All right. Thanks again.
You bet.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
All right, Toby Wyatt, Real Time Fishing. Look him up. You will not be disappointed. Lots of opportunity out there. Okay, going to jump out for a quick break. We come back. Part 1 of our fishery we had recently, last month or so. Brewster Sockeye with Shane Magnuson, Upper Columbia Guide Service, and the Edge crew over there at Brewster. Doing it right here, right after this break. Fish on Northwest. We'll be right back. Allied, the new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
Sportco, an outdoor emporium, is the largest local outfitter in the Northwest since 1975, providing thousands of people affordable outdoor gear. This summer, make your next outdoor adventure more affordable by shopping at our warehouse-style pricing. We are a local Scotty dealer, offering sales, service, and repair. Located in Fife and Seattle, come visit us today. The outdoors await you.
Almost. There we go. Over to Ivan's side. And a double.
Nice. Nice ones, and now they're getting smaller.
Really?
You wanted me to get like a monster. Everything was slow. Like milk. So we're just getting things baited up here this morning. Got our Dodgers and our Smile Blades and 2 hooks set up there, 2-aught with a little stinger treble. Then I'm just using just a coon shrimp tail. So we're gonna put that on here, right through the bottom. Peel it through, that way it hangs kind of straight there. And that's all we're doing. We're running that down there about 25 feet.
Hey guys, Duane England, Fish on Northwest. We're back here out on the water once again. Shane,
How you doing?
I'm good, buddy. Shane Magnuson, everybody knows him. You've been on the show a number of times, right?
Yeah, it's good to have you on the boat.
Man, it's always a battle to get the schedules, synced together, but we finally landed it. We got Alex Maslov here with Edge Rods and some of the crew from Edge Rods, and we're out here at the Brewster Pool, man. This is Brewster. Look behind us. This is what you get. Now, this actually is not too bad of a day.
This is pretty relaxed. This is actually a really nice, chill weekday morning.
Most of the people have pulled the tires from the sides of their boats, because they don't plan on running into anybody. But, It's a nice morning. We got pretty much no wind. It's going to be a little cooler today, right? Yesterday was cooler.
Yeah, yesterday was cooler. It was nice and cloudy. And then today it's looking maybe upper 80s at the most.
Perfect.
It's going to be a nice day.
How's the fishing been the last couple weeks?
You know, I would say it hasn't been the normal Brewster Sockeye fishing where you come out here and limit it an hour, but if you're willing to put in your time and fish a little bit, it's been very good.
It's the classic grind them till you find them. Why do you think the bites been a little off? We were up here last week and we were working hard for a handful of bites and losing most of the ones we had hooked as per typical, and then go home with a handful of fish, but not full boat limits by any means.
Well, you know, I've noticed this year it's not because of lack of fish. We have 300 and some thousand over Bonneville. We've got plenty of fish up here. But what's different this year is we don't have a lot of current in Columbia, and so these fish are really spread out.
Gotcha.
They're not bunched in here real tight and in big schools like they usually are, and that's definitely not helping us.
That makes sense. So lack of current due to lack of flow, due to extreme low water conditions. Water temp normal, or is it up a little bit?
Water temp's about normal.
Okay.
You know, the Columbia is 63.
Right.
The Okanagan this time of year is usually hovering between 74 and 78.
Yep.
You know, and that's why those fish stack here.
Gotcha.
So that's relatively normal from up here. I know the lower river's starting to get hot, but it's still decent temp up there.
Sure. All right, well, we got a good morning here to try and find some fish. We're going to grind it out with everybody else. We're going to bring it to you. So here we go.
Make sure you guys run these down. Run them down pretty slow. That dodger likes to loop up and tangle with the lead.
How deep train?
These back ones, we're going to start at 25 and 27 on the counter. Those middle ones there, let's do the same, 25, 27, and we'll go 23 on the front. Just one fishing. Who's on there?
There we go.
That's a breakfast fish.
Yeah, buddy.
Now let's put the first one. Uh-oh, you lost him.
Sure
You
did.
lost him. There we go. Now we got him biting.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Pay attention, Alex. This is how it's done.
Ooh,
Hey, here we go.
let's do a little topwater action. I'm still like a little kid in the sockeye fishing. It's fun.
All right.
Alright, I'm gonna unclip this real quick and we will. And we're on the board.
On the board. There he is.
Mr. Sockeye? Yes.
That about average size, Shane?
Yeah, about 3-4 pounds.
Support from Northwest Sportsmen make Federal Ammunition the world's leading ammunition manufacturer. Federal uses the industry's finest materials, giving you reliable ammunition that delivers superb accuracy and optimum performance. Northwest hunters rely on Sportco to provide the best selection and prices in the Northwest since 1985. Sportco and Outdoor Emporium in Fife and Seattle. Your journey begins here.
McCombie's custom lures are made in the Northwest for salmon, steelhead, lake trout, and kokanee. Our products come in a variety of sizes and colors to help you catch more fish. Find our products in stores or at McCombie'sCustomLures.com.
Yep, for sure. Oh yeah, big fish. Yeah, buddy. Nice fish. beauty. Gorgeous fish.
Bobby's on the board.
We got a good one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, geez, come on.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
We're going to show you how to make fishing reels.
You haven't been here, but you know it. You've heard the sounds, smelt the air, and seen where your heart lands, if not yet. You haven't been here, but you've longed for a destination near or far, where the young and old find rest and excitement, not apart. You haven't been here, but you're on your way to a place not far. ExploreTheDalles.com.
All right, welcome back here in studio. There you go, a little first part one segment, part one of the Sockeye opportunity there with Shane.
Yeah, fishing with the master.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys over there who has it dialed. We got more of that fishery coming here second half of the show. And we got a lot of tech tips that go on throughout that time we spent with him. I want to take advantage of just kind of trying to tap into his brain and get the info out there of rigging and all that stuff. So that is coming. You guys want to take notes on that stuff because you'll be able to utilize it in the future for sure. A couple things going on here, Tommy. Chinook and wild coho retention closed to Marine Area 5. That actually happened the 26th.
Yeah.
If folks aren't aware.
Yeah,
so
that's unfortunate. But we have other opportunity. We had a little bit of this opportunity last year, but I think this year it's going to be more. And what is it? Marine Area 1 and 2. We are getting a chance to whack wild coho.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, it's a good thing, too, because the majority of those coho that are out there, they have that extra fin on them. And they are larger models, too.
Yeah, and we're catching a lot, releasing a lot to get our hatchery fish, and we're killing all these wild fish because, you know, a percentage of them are just not making it.
That's right.
They're bleeders, the scales are flying off, you know, in the net and all kinds of... And we've advocated for years, hey, could we just catch two and keep two and just be done and off the water? Now, you got to think the charter captains are pretty happy about that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Shortens their day with the cost of fuel going up as it is, whatnot. Still go out there and experience a fantastic day.
Yeah. The cool thing, the really cool thing, though, about this fishery in 1 and 2 is that you can catch them any way you want to. You want to cast a fly to them. You want to throw a spinner. You want to do slow pitch jigging with our edge slow pitch rods. That's a phenomenal way to catch these fish.
Absolutely. You can troll, you can jig, do all kinds of things. They're way up high in the water column, even at the surface, and you got some definite options to take advantage of. So, all right, that is the first half of the show here as we're getting already through it. Don't go anywhere. Jump out for a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be into part 2 of our sockeye fishery over there at Brewster with Shane Magnuson, Upper Columbia Guide Service. Right after this break, right here, Fish on Northwest. Allied, the new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
Hey guys, I'm Big Mike. Come on down to the Edge Pro Shop and see me. We've got all the best brands under one roof. We've got Hawken, Pro Cure, Short Bass, Pro Troll, Yakima Bait, Get 'em Dry Jigs, Northwest Bait Scent, Daiwa Reels, North Fork Lures, North Wild, Brad's, Superfly, Rocky Mountain Tackle, and of course, the greatest rods ever built, Edge Rods.
Nice. Yeah, those bow rods are super nice. All right, here we go. Lift. All right. There we go. Redemption. And there's two. He's still on there? Yep, he's still on there. Grab that middle rod. Bow rod's hot. All right. All right. There's number 3.
Mm-hmm. You there?
Yep, he's there.
Oh, yes, indeedy. Ooh, this might be a little better fish. Hopefully I don't farm this one, huh?
Oh yeah, a little nicer fish back there.
There you go. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
You came sat by that rod and it started going off.
See what happens there?
Lucky hand.
That's the magic. No, we talked about it earlier, Shane. You know, the glow in the morning, and now this is that green blade by Max.
Mm-hmm.
And
nice fish.
last couple fish here have been on this blade.
You know, greens.
There you go. Oh, he's right by the boat.
There we go.
Nice.
Green's pretty underrated for sockeye. Not a lot of people use green.
Yeah.
I always have a green one out there. It
yeah, for good reason.
catches a lot of fish.
Yep. Well, there we are. Hey, so a lot of variables out here.
Absolutely.
Right. Anything from troll speed to depth, crying out loud, even length of rod, ounces of weight, length of bumper, size of dodger, and actually at the terminal end, size of smile blade you're using, beads, no beads. I mean, again, a lot of variables. Let's just kind of walk through your typical setup, starting with the VIP slider and work your way on down.
Yeah, so we got our 30-pound braided line.
Okay.
Then we got our VIP slider, and this one has a 5-ounce lead on it.
Mm-hmm.
On there we've got our weeded up, but bead chain swivel with a snap.
Okay.
And then I have my bumper, and this is just 30-pound bumper.
Okay.
And this is what we play with a lot, but we're running 24-inch right now. That seems to be...
Play with as in length.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Do you ever go heavier than 30, or up here you just stick with 30?
Some guys do. I've always just ran 30, but there's guys running heavier stuff and seem to be doing just fine.
Okay.
But
I was going to say, do you think a heavier bumper affects the action of your dodger, changes the ability to attract fish at all, or in any way?
Absolutely. You go with a heavy bumper, it's going to have a little more drag.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to change the snap of the dodger, and which is going to change your length versus your leader. You know, it's a combination of getting this bumper length with your leader length right to have that proper action.
Yeah.
And that's been the key. Like I was saying earlier to you, for years I've always ran 32-inch bumpers up here, and they just weren't getting it done, so I shortened them up. Due to some information from some fellow fishing buddies out here.
Yeah, and that's how it works. You got your tree of influence, right?
Absolutely. Oh, that guy's catching fish.
Yeah, what's he doing? On? So 24-inch bumper, 30-pound test. Now, do you pretty much run 8-inch Dodgers as a standard for you?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
I really like the 8-inch Dodgers. They have that proper kick. They're the right size.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not that the kokanee ones aren't working, the smaller ones aren't working, but I do find the 8-inch Dodgers year in and year out seem to be the best.
Okay, then let's talk about this here. Leader length is critical out here, as we know.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I talked to 10 different fishermen or 10 guides out here, outfitters doing their thing. Everybody's got their own opinion on what this leader length should be? I guess some of that would be from past years of experience, knowledge gathered. What do you stick with a standard length year in, year out?
I do. So I really like a 14-inch leader out here, year in and year out. That seems to be very good. That rod's got a fish on.
There we go.
Oh,
he's gone. Oh, still there.
There we go.
All right. So as far as 14-inch, is that from the swivel to the back hook?
Yeah, so that's from the swivel to the front of the smile blade.
Front of the smile blade.
Okay. That's how I've always measured mine.
And the reason I ask that, because you talk to some people, they're like 12 inches from the swivel to the back hook.
Right.
Right? Or 14 inches from the swivel to the front hook.
So my opinion is your snap on this bait always starts from the front of the lure. The front of the lure is what's going to snap every time that dodger moves.
Gotcha.
And so that's where I want my leader length to start, because that's the start of the action on the lure.
Okay.
So that's how I've always done it. And like you said, everybody measures a little different, but.
Then finally on your coon shrimp, which I can smell that from here. You pinch the heads off, or do you run a whole shrimp?
So on the bigger ones, I will pinch the heads off and run just the tails.
Okay.
But there's some really little small coon shrimp in those jars, and then I'll run those whole. You know, it just kind of depends on the size, but I want a smaller bait.
Okay.
And then of course, really soaked up in our scents.
How do you decide which color smile blade? You got several options, and a couple different ones have been bit more this morning than the others. That orange glow seems to be getting it done pretty good. This is like the glow burst, right? UV.
So I really like those glow bursts and a bright green and kind of what I would call they call it the pink tiger. It's kind of a bright pink and white. First thing in the morning, those tend to really fire because it catches the fish's attention. They can see it in the dark. And then as the sun starts to come up, then I see those mirror sparkle blades take off. That copper orange mirror one, green mirror, pink mirror, stuff that's going to catch the flash of the sun.
Gotcha.
And so you'll see it switch if you're willing to switch them out.
Yeah, so low light glow makes sense. Get some sun on the water, light penetration, things that reflect.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, well, I guess we'll get this one baited back up and get it in there.
Sounds good.
All right, here we go.
All Defiance boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why all boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. All Defiance boats come standard with large fish boxes that are fully insulated so that you can ice your fish properly all day. All Defiance boats are foam flotation filled and unsinkable for the ultimate in safety while fishing offshore. Before you buy any boat, stop by or call Defiance Boats today to ensure you are getting the very best glass boat your money can buy.
If you're looking for the best fishing rods in the world, you really do need to take a look at the Edge rods. I designed and built new machinery, and I think this new machinery has enabled us to build blanks like no other company could build without this equipment.
Be there to help you find the new that's right for your lifestyle at any stage of your life. Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. Expect better.
We're going to show you how to make fishing reels.
Which one are you going to net first?
Double going on. See if Alex can get it. There's one, almost. There we go. Over to Ivan's side. And a double.
Nice.
All right. That basically looks like two kokanee, one net.
Yep. Well, you know, hey.
It is what it gives up. Greens. You better put green on every rod here. Better
I know.
Green on every rod. This is getting ridiculous.
The last little bit, that rod is fired off.
Funny, the bow rods this morning were the hot rods. Got a little sun coming up now, and this green's just been very consistent.
Have I mentioned salmon love green?
Yeah. All salmon love green.
That's a nice fish.
That is a nice fish. It is a nice fish. Back up here. There we go.
All right.
A little better fish right there, Shane.
Yep.
Huh?
That's a nicer fish. That's
Yeah,
what we're looking for.
That's what we like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Want hand on your waist for emotional support?
Please.
That, my friends, is a kill bat.
Nice work, guys.
Hey, buddy. Pretty good sockeye bite this morning after all. I mean, but nonetheless, still kind of a grind.
Yeah, grinded on them a little bit, but you know, we stuck with it, got in a routine there, caught some fish, finished on a nice little double there.
We did, yeah. Kind of went back and forth between bow rods, this back corner rod. Middle rods really didn't get hammered all that much or at all.
Yeah, you know, they had a couple bites, but and they're right in the mix, but for whatever reason, they just weren't doing the trick.
It is what it is. We got a pretty nice cooler bag full of sockeye. Sun is up considerably higher now. Now, you were telling me you're monitoring the dam flows and they're starting to move some water. You said, hey, what do you guys think we change it up? We're going to go after some Chinook.
Absolutely. So, you know, first thing this morning, the water was real low, real just kind of lake pond style. But, you know, Chief Joseph here above us is going to start running some water here. It's starting to come up. That usually gets those Chinook active, and it's a good time to switch over and throw some spinners.
Okay, so we're not just switching over the gear. We're actually full-on rod complement change out. We're going to start running our Pro 360 10.5 foots.
Yep. So we got 360 Pros. We've got our 9-foot 2s out the back here, and then 1064s in the middle and 1065s up front.
Gotcha.
Handle all the different leads.
Gotcha. How much lead are we switching up to now?
So the front rods have 16 ounce, middle rods have 12 ounce, and back rods have 8.
Okay. 360 flasher, and kind of talk about your bumper length, and we're still rigging that lead on a VIP slider.
Yep. So you still got your VIP slider with your bead chain swivels. I like a 24-inch bumper on these flashers too. That day in and day out works really well. And I'll bounce back and forth. This ones are tied up with 50-pound mono on the bumper. I also will make there's some pre-tied bumpers out there that are on 120-pound that work good. And then our Pro Troll flasher with the fin on the back.
Okay.
And then you got your spinner on this. Now it's tied on 30-pound fluoro. I really like, what I do is I cut the leader length at 32 and tie the knot, and that's from the top of the blade to the swivel. So that's going to give you your nice snap on that spinner.
Why are you running fluorocarbon? Is it a visual thing? Is it the stiffness of the fluoro that actuates more movement into your spinner off of the Pro Troll? What's your reasoning?
Well, it's kind of like what we talked before, that the stiffness of that fluorocarbon is going to generate the power from the flasher to that spinner to give it that snap. You start running mono or lighter lines that are more limp, you're going to lose that snap on the spinner, which is creating a reaction bite.
Yeah, you really need that snap to get them going. So, and you're right, if this is a 20-pound mono, there's a lot of bend in that, right?
Yeah.
And so you kind of lose that in transition.
So this goes around, that thing bends, and that spinner just stays straight where you want it to. You want it to pulsate down there.
You know, people ask me why on the edge rod is it the the 360 Pro, and it's like, well, it's because that rod is engineered to load up, recoil, and come back and actually put that snap into the cadence with these 360 flashers. And I mean, it's a match made. It's exactly what it's supposed to do.
Absolutely. Those rods are working perfectly with those leads to be able to snap back and give that flasher that proper action.
Okay, well, sun's going to continue to get up higher, so we should probably get upriver, go after some Chinook.
It's going to get warm.
All right, let's go do this.
Is it a king? Looks like it's a king.
He's kind of acting like a big sockeye.
Big sockeye.
Big sockeye.
Yeah, a little warm-up fish, you know.
Oh, Mr. Sockeye liked the red spinner.
Yeah, how about that? Decent sized sockeye.
I thought we switched to king fishing.
Shane, buddy.
Good times.
Oh, what a great day, huh?
Yeah.
You know, it's been a tough bite out here, obviously. We were here last week and kind of struggled, and you have mentioned it's not the normal program, but I don't know, man. You're just dialed. You got a way of finding the fish.
Well, I appreciate that. And, you know, being out there every day definitely helps with that, adjusting with the scenarios.
Absolutely. So you didn't make a lot of changes today of your normal program. You just kind of stuck with what you've been doing?
Absolutely, yep. Yeah. Same program. You know, throughout the week we've played with different blades and different things a little bit as sun and clouds and whatnot, but for the most part, you know, just stay consistent.
Yeah. We switched off after we got a good amount of sockeye in the box and decided to go after, you know, some Chinook. Just didn't really materialize. Just didn't want to play today. What do you know?
They didn't want to play for us. Honestly, didn't mark a lot of fish in there.
Yeah.
We did see that one caught.
Yeah, but, nice fish.
Yeah, no players for us today. I have to go search out a group of them somewhere eventually.
That's what it is. So we went after the Chinook, didn't materialize, no big deal. Yeah. Again, can't thank you enough. Great day on the water with you, Alex and the Edge crew. Fantastic. Glad you guys could make it out. It's going to do it for us out here on the water, Fish on Northwest. We're going to jump out for a quick break. Be back in studio right after this.
A Northwest favorite for almost 40 years, Arima boats are manufactured with pride in Bremerton, Washington. All Arima boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why Arima boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. Arima can offer every boat with Honda outboard packages so that you can take advantage of the reliability and 5-year top-to-prop warranty from your Honda outboard. Call or stop by Arima Boats today and let them help you get into your very next boat.
Yep, for sure. Oh yeah, big fish. Yeah, buddy. Nice fish. Oh, beauty. Gorgeous fish.
Bobby's on the board.
We got a good one.
Oh yeah. Oh, geez, come on.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
Support from Northwest Sportsmen make Federal Ammunition the world's leading ammunition manufacturer. Federal uses the industry's finest materials, giving you reliable ammunition that delivers superb accuracy and optimum performance. Northwest hunters rely on Sportco to provide the best selection and prices in the Northwest since 1985. Sportco and Outdoor Emporium in Fife and Seattle. Your journey begins here.
All right, welcome back here in studio, Duane and Tommy Donald. Hopefully folks enjoyed that sockeye.
A lot of good detail in that video.
A lot of good detail there. Yeah, Shane and I really tried to put some stuff together. Really, you know, you get somebody like him that does that fishery year after year, has it pretty much dialed in. I just want us, you know, break it down. Hey, what's the exact rigging you're using to find success? And if folks are taking notes, they can make sure they go back and review that, or, you know, who knows, maybe going into next season we replay this just to get people ready to go. So,
you know, watching something like this and seeing the amount of information in there, and then thinking back to like my childhood where there was nothing, right? There was none of this, right?
No.
And, you know, we didn't have the internet.
No.
And so you were always trying to hang out at Outdoor Emporium, and you were trying to talk to the graybeard and say, hey,
help me
out. What are you doing?
You
know, how are you rigging this, right? So, it's pretty special.
Well, trying to get the information out there. Hopefully folks can go and, you know, put it to use and find success. And guys like Shane are more than willing to just go forward with the information. They're just not holding stuff back. It's like, hey, here's what we're doing, you know, so take advantage of it for sure. You know, hey, you and I, on different fisheries, we were able to get out through the weekend and, and through the first couple days of this week on different bodies of water to give it a go. So Monday I headed back on down to the Columbia. Now the lower river for Chinook is pretty much done and over as far as its closing, but as those Chinook continue to steam on in and move upriver, there's plenty of opportunity for Chinook spread out throughout the Columbia River. And that Longview, Kelso, Kalama, Cowlitz, that whole stretch along in there's tons of area to fish. But I got to tell you, that stretch we were on Monday, I had put a post out there on our moderate success that day. It was a little bit of a grind for a lot of guys. A few guys found some decent fish, but Jordan and I were down there. It was literally, Tommy, I put that as I-5 during rush hour, half the traffic going the wrong way, right? And you are defensive driving for sure to keep your presentation fishing. But we found a few. The last couple days, the reports have been phenomenal. I can't wait to get back down there Saturday. It is going to continue to fish well. And the fish, for the most part, the fish are good. That Chinook Jordan's holding is a respectable fish that we ended up keeping, threw back some toolies. The Coho, on the other hand, those are your Puget Sound Coho that are in the picture, and well worth your time in that regard as well. We're starting to see the front edge of some of those ocean fish coming in. I mean, you're going to start seeing those fish after Labor Day here, especially like in the Puyallup up in the Green, and Labor Day is kind of always the go-to for me in those river environments. As you dip the toe into September, those ocean Coho will be there in Puget Sound, and the fishing as of late has just been crazy. I know we boated mid-20s to 30 fish by 11 a.m.
Wow.
I ran nothing but Brad's super baits, the mini cut plugs, the Twisted Sister, and the Seahawk have been performing fantastic. No need to go any deeper than 70 or 75 feet. I'm even getting them on a lead rod out the back at 8 to 12 ounces at 60 to 80 feet on your line counter, and a 360 flasher, and a Brad's cut plug, stuffed with tuna, with tuna and krill oil by Atlas Mikes, and just absolutely wrangling fish.
Time to get out the jig rod.
Oh yeah. If I had guys with me, so those boys were from, one guy, Terry's from Tennessee, never caught a salmon. He caught at least 15 that day. And, so I would like to be out there jigging and having some fun with these pinks. Now, some of the pinks are starting to turn a little green already. Which is to be expected. We're at the end of August here. But they're still, and they're getting humped up, but there's still plenty of fish. Now, that being said, this rain we've had for the last day or so, a lot of them fish are moving. They are heading to the rivers right now. So we might see a lull in the activity here for a few days out there until we get another push of fish coming in. But I guarantee those Coho are coming, and you're going to start seeing some bigger Coho in Puget Sound, and it's well worth your time to go get after it.
Yeah, amen to that. And that's not the only show that we have in town either, right? We have absolutely bonkers tuna run going on right now.
You guys did well.
Yeah, we did well. And it kills me because I still have to go to work every day and earn a W-2. But the guys, all my buddies, are still out there out of Westport and Ilwaco, just absolutely killing the tuna. The tuna are close, by the way, if you didn't know. They're only at 35 nautical miles or less from Westport right now. And so it's a short run. We've had a good stint of some good weather. We're going to talk in a short bit about maybe the weather that's coming to be. But the September tuna game is in full effect. Tuna are jumping everywhere.
Oh my gosh!
You see tuna jumping. You roll up on them, throw bait. Pick through that school. That school sinks out. You look on the horizon. Boom! There's another jumper patch,
for 'em,
and you just go and rinse and repeat. Over and over and over again.
Nice size too.
Nice
size,
fish, absolutely,
right?
absolutely. And so what we saw, we kind of deployed a strategy where we put Phil Kim, Edge Pro staffer, on the bow. And I said, "Hey man, just cast to those jumpers, right?" He had a swimming jig, and so you'd see the jumpers, and when he was about 40 yards out, boom, he'd fire that jig right into the school. He'd hook one. As soon as he'd hook one, I'd throw bait. Boom. They'd start coming into the bait. Now we're hooking them on live bait.
Perfect.
And it was just over and over. And the fish right now, the size of these tuna is larger than normal.
Perfect.
Right? And we're not even at the tail end of the season.
Right.
Usually at that tail end of the season, we start to see some really large models.
Yep.
And so so that was really interesting. Now, you and I had a plan this weekend.
We were going Saturday.
Right? We were going to go
quick
Saturday.
Before we get out here for break, but the weather is not conducive for us getting out on Saturday.
Right. So we've got a full moon in effect. So you've got a huge tide swing.
Yep.
Max ebb is at 6:20 in the morning.
Right.
And we've got a swell that's about 7 or 8 feet. And in the afternoon, we've got a south wind that comes into effect. So northwest swell, south wind, not a good combo.
Not a good combo. Wasn't it stacking up to be 7 to 8 at 7 seconds?
Yep.
So if you're doubled up, it's a no-go.
Yep.
No tuna for us this weekend, but we'll get out there maybe a week from now and look forward to that. Okay, don't go anywhere. Jump out for a quick break. We'll be back right here, Fish Hunt Northwest. Defiance Marine is the one-stop shop for the Pacific Northwest angler. Defiance Marine guarantees the best price on a new and best service on a repower for your current boat. Defiance Marine is a Honda Premier dealership and one of the largest on the West Coast. Defiance Marine is a boat dealer who proudly sells Defiance, Allied, and Arima boats. All boats are built by West Coast fishermen for West Coast fishermen. Defiance Marine has all your boating needs to help you get out on the water.
If you're looking for the best fishing rods in the world, you really do need to take a look at the Edge rods. I designed and built new machinery, and I think this new machinery has enabled us to build blanks like no other company could build without this equipment. There is no other rods in the world that are as good as these rods. You owe it to yourself to take a good look at them.
For more than 90 years, you've entrusted one brand to guide you towards living the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Now you can entrust affiliated Better Homes and Gardens real estate professionals to interpret your needs and help you find the home in which to live your dream. Through every stage of your home buying or selling process, and through every stage of your life, there's Better Homes and Gardens real estate. Expect better.
All right, welcome back here as we close it out. Good to be back in studio, man.
It is, man.
You know, but it's better to be out on the water.
I know,
always, right?
That's always the struggle, right?
It is. It's the juggling act that we perform each and every week. Get back in here in studio, bring you the content, and get back on the water and create more. We got, hunting on the horizon.
I know.
We're gonna have a busy fall, buddy.
Yeah.
Lots going on.
Yep.
So, hey, I want to remind everybody, if you're just finally finding us or checking us out, be sure to join us on all our social media platforms as well. You can find us at Fish Hunt NW over on Facebook, YouTube. Please go there and subscribe. You'll catch all of our videos and all our content. You can look back at all the stuff we've done previously. If you are new to our show here, subscribe there. Go to Twitter or now X. And of course, Instagram. We've got plenty of activity over there on Instagram. Check us out on all our social media platforms and sign on.
And if you don't have time to watch, you can always listen. If you're on your way to your next fishing or hunting adventure, you're just going to work, you can find us on every single podcast platform out there. Okay, just search Fish Hunt Northwest or Fish Hunt NW, and we have a company, Believe, that helps us distribute to all of those podcast platforms.
100%. So this audio that we create each and every week here on the live show ends up on Friday morning. You can grab it and listen to it on your way to work or what have you.
Absolutely.
As much of the audio that's applicable to a podcast, that's what we're doing. So, all right, it's going to do it for us this week here at Fish Hunt Northwest and here on Root Sports. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the show. And again, check us out on all the social media platforms and give us a like and follow. And we will be here each and every Thursday and every Sunday here on Root Sports, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your week. Get out and get something accomplished and have a good time. We'll see you next week right here at Fish Hunt Northwest.